My story began, my Chapelwood story began. I had been through a divorce. I had kind of shelved God, kind of like when you put your good crystal or china on a shelf and you're going to bring him out later whenever you think the time is appropriate. And it takes a while to heal from that. I was not connected with God anymore. I had always, since I was a small child, walked to church and gone to church, even though my parents never did. I needed food for my soul, something I could take home during the week, and it would get me through that week. And so I started going to different denominations and checking out churches. And when I came here in 2000, the sermon just wrapped around my heart, and I found myself coming back to it all during the week. So I kept coming back. I loved the inclusiveness of Chapelwood. I would hear about Mercy Street. I would hear about what was going on in Spring Branch and all these different places. One time, Jim Jackson said something about a special thing is going to happen today. We're baptizing a young special needs person. Well, I have an autistic grandson, and that just wrapped around my heart. I thought, the outreach even goes to children who need that special help. So that day, I joined the church, and it's been a love affair. I took God back out of the closet with the good china and decided I needed to get him back in my life. People walk in that door and you don't know why they're there. They may just be the people that come every Sunday. It may be someone who's just lost a friend or an animal. It may be someone who's, like I was, searching for a new church. And so you're there, you're the face, you're the one that's gonna invite them in. The very first time I decided I was gonna go for Stephen ministry, I write lots of prayers. When I have a care receiver or people that might come to the prayer room, I write them prayers. It's one thing to say you're going to pray for a person, but it's another to write a prayer. They have it in their hands. You can only absorb so much. When you read a letter, you'll get parts of it, but you don't absorb it all. But when you see a prayer in writing, you may go back to that prayer day after day, and each time pull something that God is trying to say to you. And so I love that aspect. My favorite part of being a Stephen minister is the prayer room. And they're asking you to pray with them, to remove that hurt, to give them the courage, to give them what they need to make it, to get through it, to know that He is in their corner. It's amazing when somebody will come weeks later and say, I just can't thank you enough, or you can't believe what God's doing in my life. And so then I realized I took that fine piece of china off the shelf and put it back where it needed to be, because that's what God wants. He just wants you in there front and center, using Him, loving Him, sharing Him. That's what it's about. Simple as that.